In this video, we're going to talk about Descript, the AI-based video editing platform, what it is, why you want to use it, and why it has basically been my favorite tool since getting into, well, trying to make YouTube videos. I'm a lazy editor, and I need something that makes my life so much easier. So if you're a lazy editor just like me and probably want to do the minimum viable content, editing at least. I mean, you could do really cool stuff, but you just want to help get content out there faster, easier, more effectively, and generate some pretty decent content. Stick around and let's dive in. Also, by the way, if you are still here, please don't forget to like and subscribe and put any comments or questions down below. Again, I try to use all of these tools and use them thoroughly before I post them on here, so I should hopefully be able to answer at least a good deal of your questions. As far as this, I'm going through and I was already editing a video and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just come in and show you guys sort of the ecosystem? So in here, once you've logged into the Descript platform, you have a bunch of different pieces you're able to do. Now, some of these things I haven't used, other things that I have. However, it's just because some things are just, some of these features or aspects of the platform are things that I really love and want to use all the time. Personally, I've used this create social clips. I like the captions, the cleanup audio, file transcription, and the video edits. So in here, doing the process of really jumping in and doing the one that you're going to do 10 out of 10 times is edit a video. So come in, click edit a video, and you're going to be able to drop in your files. Now, for me, I record my own content and post it on here, but you do have the ability to use create with an AI speaker. If you just want to come in, you can hit record and do your own unique setup with their own platform. I personally use OBS Studio so I can control a little bit more. However, you got a video, drop it in here and you'll be able to get that going. So I already have a video in here that I want to walk you through, and it is going to be this one. So let's just get rid of this stuff. So here we are, we've dropped in that file. What's going to happen is it's going to immediately work through transcribing your content. And then you have all of this here. Now, what's really cool is you do have the ability to simply select and delete pieces using the transcription itself. So if you are just looking to go through and do manual editing based on the transcription, you're able to do so using everything that's listed here on the side. However, if you are like me and you are extremely lazy, let's get back to the main page. So you'll come up here to this AI Underlord, give it a moment, and it will start having all of these options. So step one for me, I just come in, hit edit for clarity. If you use low, basically it's going to focus on looking for all of the ums and the uhs and the weird pauses that go on in your content. You're able to use this to go and do the edits. Now, medium, it's going to be pretty much, it's going to be a lot more hardcore. It's looking for long sentences, random trails on your conversation with yourself in a sense, and help to realign what the quality of that content is, and making sure that you're not consistently trailing off track based on the previous preach of your transcription. And then heavy, that thing is you're cutting a ton of it. I've never actually used heavy. I basically use low and medium for most of my content. Maybe that means it could be doing better. So in here, we're going to use low. We're going to let this puppy sit here and submit. Basically, what it's going to go through and do is review our transcription and go, where is all of the ums and the uhs? Now, look at this. By the way, you do get a huge one in here, so it doesn't get everything, but this does give you a long piece. Now, if it was me, this may be something we want to do. And what's nice is you can come in here and look at it. So 10 prompts you must be using now that Grok 4 is live. We've had some friends going on here testing these things, and I wanted to walk you through the different prompts and the pieces and the ways you can use them to make your business and your day-to-day actions better using AI. So let's jump in. You know what? No, but you can have the ability to come in and you can hit approve or disapprove. I'm just going to leave in my rambling there. In here, there's just basic frameworks. I always tend to have a conversation, talk about blah, blah, blah. Nah, I like rambling. I like rambling. I like rambling. I like rambling. But I want to get rid of this and So all you gotta do here is you can just click on it and it'll take you right to this. So you can come here and you can just select the piece that you don't want and you can cancel the rest. So there you go. Let's get rid of all of these ums and uhs. Yeah, there we go. See, it's found 61 of these. What's funny is I'm gonna be editing this video and it's gonna see a bunch of ums and uhs, but I'm gonna actually have to keep them in here. So we will see how this looks. But the ideal scenario here is you're able to get a much more refined video. Biggest reason, people do not want to keep their attention to someone who is just sitting here saying ums and uhs. In fact, half of you probably just left because I said so many of these. Let's go through here. Keep that, remove, remove. Now that we have gone through and gotten rid of almost all of the ums and the uhs, and the edit for clarity has been basically completed, you'll see in here, I have all of these cuts. So it's gone through and it's identified where all of these pauses and breaks and changes, and has effectively helped to shorten the content, ensuring that it's more effective, more engaging, less weird awkwardness, right? Now you can also go through here and edit the sound. So it's going to automatically select everything, make adjustments to the sound, ensure that there's going to be a lot more consistency in your audio. This is going to be very important if you don't have a very good mic, or even if you do have a great mic, it's just going to improve the consistency and the quality of that audio. So far for me, I literally can just hit this button and it does a pretty good job. You could sit here and go through and do more, but you're probably going to be able to get away with just this. Now, this will take a moment, but once that is done, it will then have finished this process. Here under the AI Overlord, you also have all of these other features. Now, for me, again, I don't necessarily use these. However, what is really cool is you do have your ability in here to use this publishing section to go and draft and plan out what your content could be for your social media, for your YouTube posts, and all of that stuff. Additionally, if you want to go through and you can actually write a script and rewrite and adjust pieces, you could come in and add details into here. Using this, it will actually take the voice that's been trained in here and do the best that it can to do a AI overwriting. So it's going to then take all of the trained audio that's in here to then help replicate it and use a different monologue. I don't know if it was me, at least a different monologue that was going on in here. Okay, so it's gone through, it's edited the audio so things are more consistent. To me, the next best thing is coming in here and creating clips. Now, the one key piece that I do here first is I try to make sure that the entire video is good before I use the repurpose feature. Now, an important aspect of that is that if you click on the repurpose feature, it's going to ask you how many clips that you want to create and the length, and then you have some preset layouts, and they've got a bunch of them that are in here. And you'll be able to keep scrolling through. And like this is a good little example, caption clips. In here, you can also go in and choose from these different options. The secret trick I have started to use that I've just recently started, you'll probably find that in my feed, is I'm going to pull my YouTube piece over here. So please forgive the tunnel here. But within OBS Studio, I will go in and I will have my video being recorded here. And I've also have the entire screen and my camera recorded here. So what it does is allows me to seamlessly generate my story themed content as well as the wide video content at the same time. Then all I got to do is I will take this video, and instead of using this create clips feature, right, I'm going to have this save video for video I edited one. Sure, beautiful. We're going to come here, and let's say I want to edit a new video. And we want to use that other file I was talking about. Well, I create these shorts, right? Oh yeah, this is the one that I'm actively creating. Let's just take this one. So here's this, boom, bada bang, and look at this. So now I have the same entire video, except now I can use this to create my create clips features, which I think what it's going to end up doing is, at least as of right now, I think this is going to result in you having much higher quality edits Now, unlike another platform, I believe it's called like Opus Clip or Captions, which is like a iPhone app, it doesn't go and generate all of these like image overlays and extra fancy edits, but it does go through and crop out the key areas that it thinks are really good, and then goes and does the captions over top of them. For many of us, I think that's going to be good enough for right now. Besides, you don't want to, I personally don't want to have super AI, like a 100% AI video. Maybe I get crazy and I start doing that here soon. I don't know. We will see. But I do believe that it will allow you to create some really good quality content. As you see here, this will take a moment for it to come through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a previous video that I've already uploaded so you can see what this sort of looks like. Once it's already in here, I had come in and I had it create a singular clip and very here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just to make sure you guys aren't getting blown up on the audio aspect of what this looks like. But here you go. I have the ability to pause and I can change the formatting of this, as I want. Again, I'm pretty quick and dirty here with a lot of this. It's not that I don't want to have a fancy YouTube channel, but I got other stuff I got to do. You know what I mean? So here you go. Boom, bada bang. We can do whatever we want for our fonts and our edits. And as you see here, it is selected all the way through. So it is going to pass this from the end to end. Beautiful. So you can come in, you can make extra edits using this AI Underlord. You could come over here and also be like, you know what? I want to generate an image about AI Overlord. AI Overlord. I could go through, sit here and try to generate some art for me to just drop in over top of this. However, I think this is going to give you guys a very good overview of what this looks like. Once that's done, I'm going to show you how easy it is to export and import this content onto YouTube. So we can move that puppy over and then I'll post this on here as well. It will take a little bit of a time. Most of these platforms do take a decent amount of time to actually get up and moving. But once it is done, I think it's pretty freaking cool. Honestly, I hate editing. I really do not like editing. I know people reach out to me about coming and doing editing for me, but I also don't feel like paying for it right now. I don't, you know what I mean? So, okay, let's just say, there we go. I really like, actually I like that design. Let's just call this, we're just going to do this. We're going to go position. There we go. Done. Here's the thing. We don't want this over all of it. So where is AI Overlord in my audio here? Do do do. Be very careful about giving AI. Let's go back to this. Honestly, you could probably put this in the very first few seconds and just use it as a hook to get someone to stop their scroll. What we are going to do is we do want to go in here to layers and we really want to make sure that the this is going to be viewable. And you see here off to the center, we want to increase this size very slightly. Great. Look at that amazing high quality editing I'm doing here. Boom, we got AI Overlord. That puppy's only in there for a few minutes or a few seconds. Honestly, it's probably too long. Again, this just reiterates how much I hate doing editing. You should be very careful about what amount of information you give AI. We're going to leave the whole thing in there. Let's just see what this looks like, right? We're going to come in. I hope you guys are having fun with this too. Very careful about the AI. It does have fantastic, beautiful, amazing. We're going to now export this. No, we're going to do AI overlords taking your personal data. Boom, bada bang. Create a short clip. We're going to upload this video, select a file. We're going to go to downloads, data, open. Boom. Great. You can just sort of leave everything else the way that it is. And you can hit publish. Once this is done, it will be live. All right, we're going to give this just a minute, and then we'll take a look what this looks like. But boom, it's here. It's just still processing. But we went through, we've edited, we've posted, and it's complete. All I know is that's a pretty freaking awesome setup. So if you're looking to use a system to help streamline what it is that you do and just get rid of a lot of the extra time that editing usually takes, I highly recommend using something like Descript. There are plenty of other platforms, but frankly, I just really like the way that this functions and fires and just goes through and does stuff. So if you want to try this, let me know. I'm going to put a link down in the comments below. Have a good day. Talk to you guys later. See ya.